Welcome to News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss. Here now the news for May 21st, 2021. The monorail track at Walt Disney World has been struck by a construction vehicle today. The accident happened on the road between Disney's Contemporary Resort and the Magic Kingdom bus loop. Cast members were directing traffic and assessing damage to the track after the accident. That's when we arrived. A large Badger vehicle in the photo, the one you're seeing now, is what struck the track. It seems it had something extended on the top of it. Some device that comes out of the top was not in the lowered position. It struck the express beam, and then the vehicle ended up stopping underneath, almost looking like it was stuck under the resort monorail beam. Soon after, crews were on site to begin repairs. You're seeing that now. The walkway to the Contemporary, as of recording, is closed, with Disney telling guests the walkway is closed for routine maintenance. Yeah, makes sense. Loading guests onto buses for the short trip to Disney's Contemporary Resort. Ironically, the bus travels through the area where the accident occurred. Currently, there's no timetable as to when the track will be fully repaired. Obviously, the monorail service, both the express and resort lines, are both closed at this time. It's unclear when they will return to service. It doesn't look like the beam itself was damaged. You're looking at the photo now, the actual damage. But it does look like some of the electrical was damaged by the impact with whatever was sticking up out of the top of that truck. So no monorail service at this time. The walkway is closed, and we don't know when either of those things will return. Obviously, WDWNT.com is the best way to stay in the loop. We'll let you know as soon as things changed. But currently that vehicle is pulled off to the side. The monorail is closed. The walkway is closed, and they are repairing the track as we speak. Following the announcement last week that physical distancing policies are changing at Walt Disney World, we've seen lots of evidence of new policies beginning around the resort. Testing has begun on queues without any sort of floor distancing and extended outdoor queues, at least. At Epcot, we saw this at Test Track. We also saw it in the outdoor queue of the Mexico Pavilion in World Showcase. It turns out they're trying this just in the outdoor queues. It's a safer place to try it. And still there are markers on the floor on the inside and inside attraction queues, but we'll see. We assume this is going to expand to other places as time goes on, but this is at least the start of it. And cast members did tell us it was a test at this point and not policy. Relaxation stations are also now being removed from the theme parks. We know specifically they are completely gone from Epcot and completely gone from the Magic Kingdom. You may remember these were introduced last summer as a place where guests could be distanced without masks in a safe way. Now that you don't need masks outside, it doesn't really make a lot of sense for these to exist anymore. Also in Epcot, dividers have been removed from Soarin' Around the World. Plexiglass dividers are still in place in the pre-show area, and there's still floor markings there. But on the ride itself, on the actual hang gliders, the plexiglass is gone, and guests are being told to leave one seat between them and other parties. This will allow more people to ride each cycle. The main entrance archways into the Walt Disney World Resort have been getting refreshed ahead of the 50th anniversary of the Magic Kingdom, and now all of the entrances are complete. The Walt Disney World logo has been repainted white, while the rest of the design features blue, gray, and gold tones. This is now completed on every single entrance, with the final one being completed, which was World Center Drive or Epcot Center Drive, whatever you want to call it. Changes names halfway down the road. So, yeah, that's it. They're all done. So this is the new look. The old color scheme now completely a thing of the past. All of them updated to say the most magical place on Earth rather than the place where dreams come true. The Disney Skyliner Gondola Transportation System will close for refurbishment from January 23rd to January 28th, 2022, specifically the Epcot line, which services Epcot, Disney's Riviera Resort, and Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. Buses will be offered instead of the Skyliner. Though we've been tracking the exterior construction of Tron Light Cycle Run for quite a while, the project was significantly delayed due to COVID. In December, most of the show building's openings were sealed off as interior construction stagnated. It seems interior construction has resumed in some way, as we saw props being moved in and out of the building. It's unclear exactly what Disney is doing. At one point, it seemed like they were moving stuff in. At another point, we saw props leaving. It's not clear what's going on, but this is the first work we've seen happening on the interior in quite some time. Meanwhile, on the exterior, we're seeing some more promising things happen. In fact, on some metal pieces that have been installed going across the white canopy, they've now started to put in these LED light beams, which happen to be part of the canopy that lights up as the roller coaster trains go by. So you're looking at some footage from Shanghai now of that happening. And those beams, which we're looking at now, are what's being installed. So eventually, someday when this ride does open and the roller coasters go by, these will light up and create a really cool effect. So Tron Lightsickle run work is continuing. Obviously, we still don't expect it to open this year, but maybe 2022 is a more realistic possibility now. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad at the Magic Kingdom will be closing for a short refurbishment in June 2021. The refurbishment is set to begin on June 7th and run through June 12th, reopening to guests on June 13th. If merchandise is any indicator, people love the orange bird. And just this year alone, the icon has been featured on tumblers, face masks, and shoulder plush. But now you can put him on your phone. This new Pop Sockets Pop Grip has arrived, featuring the bird's beaming face in a retro design. The back features instructions on how to attach the Pop Grip to your phone, as well as how to swap styles. This is great because we also showed you that lenticular figment Pop Grip last week. You can switch them out. I think I'm going to. The Pop Grip retails for $14.99. We found it at the Emporium in the Magic Kingdom. With the Creation Shop getting closer and closer to opening, Epcot's new Popcorn Kiosk just outside has arrived. The kiosk is still surrounded by construction walls and is it'll likely be some time before they come down, but the kiosk is there. It is similar in look to Taste Track or the Donut Box, although this one is white and blue. A popcorn symbol is in the corner, continuing Epcot's long tradition of pavilion and other icon logos. Walt Disney Imagineering filed a permit for this popcorn kiosk back in January. It sits in what will be the new World Celebration neighborhood next to the Creation Shop, which will open along with Club Cool this summer, and we expect the popcorn kiosk to open around the same time. Hollywood loves a reboot, and the Brown Derby is no exception, going through a bit of a menu overhaul. Of course, it seasonally changes its menu all the time, but this is one of the more significant menu changes we've seen. Now the appetizer menu contains lobster bisque, an heirloom and burrata salad, shrimp cocktail, tuna carpaccio, a local greens and strawberry salad, sea scallops with pork belly, and a charcuterie board. Some of those you can read in a review on our website from December. For entrees, there's the filet mignon steak Diane with potato puree and asparagus. That's new. The free-range chicken a la king with herb spatzel and sugar snap peas, also new. Halibut Veronique with white asparagus and grapes. The seafood cioppino, which has been there a long time. The Ora King salmon with grilled local corn and Fresno peppers. The wild mushroom risotto. The Brown Derby signature burger, which is a favorite of many of you, I know. And, of course, my personal favorite, the one, the only, the iconic, the legendary Cobb salad. As far as desserts are concerned, there's some new items there as well. A flourless chocolate mocha cake with raspberry and amaretto crumble, a creme brulee with mint and lime macerated strawberries, and a plant-based coconut chocolate cake with chocolate sauce and hazelnut cream. And, of course, last but not least, the opening day favorite, the grapefruit cake. It's been over a year since Ample Hills Creamery closed at Disney's Boardwalk, but ice cream is finally returning. And no, sadly, they did not give it to Salt and Straw, the beloved ice cream shop that operates downtown Disney at Disneyland and has many locations across the country, including just a few hours down the road in Miami. They just opened a couple of locations, which might be worth a couple-hour drive. I'm not driving for ice cream, even if I do love it that much. But just in time for summer, nonetheless, enough of my complaining about Salt and Straw not being at Disney World. The new Boardwalk ice cream opened this week, and we were able to peek inside the new space. It's open on weekdays from 3 to 10 and weekends from 12 to 10. It looks like only what absolutely had to be changed was, such as the wallpaper covering the Ample Hills art. Physical distancing markers throughout, as you might expect. We tried two of the new items, the Shoreside Sundae and the Thundering Surf Peanut Butter and Chocolate Sundae. The whole menu is inspired supposedly by beaches and cream. You can read the full menu on our website. You can also read the review of both of those treats there at WDWNT.com as well. As California gets the all clear to fully reopen, the Disneyland Resort is getting ready to end temperature checks for guests and cast members. That will begin on June 15th, according to the Orange County Register. Checks will end for visitors at the Pixar Palace parking structure, the East Side Harbor Boulevard entrance, and the West Side Downtown Disney entrance. Again, ends on June 15th. As for when Disneyland Resort's theme parks will reopen to out-of-state guests, we still don't know, but the theory is June 15th as well. But again, stay tuned to the website if you want to know the absolute latest on when that changes, so we can go to Disneyland. I know I want to go just as bad as all of you. Trust me. More of the magic is returning to Disneyland Resort, with the Disneyland Hotel set to reopen on July 2nd with limited capacity. You can make room reservations now for your next memorable vacation. Initially, just the Fantasy Tower will be open. During the closure, the upholstery and fabrics throughout the guest rooms, lobbies, and meeting rooms were refreshed and updated. The guest rooms now feature a fun new fireworks pattern in the carpet and upgraded platform beds to help maximize storage. The corridor flooring features new patterns inspired by the art of Mary Blair, with graphic elements recalling the parklands each of the towers are named for. So obviously in the Fantasy Tower, it'll be Fantasyland themed. In the Adventure Tower, when that comes back, Adventureland themed. And in the Frontier Tower, Frontierland themed. During your vacation, you could stroll through the grounds. You could take a cool ride down the Monorail water slides, which are kind of a letdown. They're not very tall or exciting, but they look great, though. Swim in the themed pools or take a dip in either of the Mickey and Minnie Spa whirlpools and relax in a cabana or at the pool bar, or even get more steps in at the fitness center. As well, Trader Sam's Enchanted Tiki Bar, the Tangaroa Terrace Tropical Bar and Grill, and the Coffee House will all be open to guests again starting July 2nd. 2 shots of rum. While July 4th weekend might be in the heat of the summer and it's going to be a cool time at Disneyland, in addition to the reopening of the Disneyland Hotel, the Matterhorn Bobsleds will once again be operating on July 2nd. The attraction has remained closed since March of 2020, even through the reopening of Disneyland Resort, as a routine refurbishment was conducted. Avengers Campus at California Adventure is scheduled to open on June 4th, and each day seems to bring an exciting new discovery. The courtyard near the Hyperion Theater, former home to Frozen Live at the Hyperion, and recently the extended queue for Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, is being transformed into the PIM Test Kitchen dining area. Of course, PIM Test Kitchen will open with Avengers Campus on June 4th. They will need more seating based on what they think demand will be. And so, outside of the land, they're opening this seating area. PIM Test Kitchen banners and posters and art are being put up all over this seating area. Still no tables or chairs yet, but obviously they've got some time. They did add a gigantic, quote-unquote, bite-sized Choco Smash candy bar as well. Of course, PIM Test Kitchen will sell a celestial-sized version that won't be quite this big. Stanchions are still in place for the extended queue. They probably are still using that on some days. But, yeah, we wait for this to be used. Of course, Frozen Live at the Hyperion was officially ended, and so some theming from the building has been removed for Frozen and replaced with a PIM pattern in the meantime. So, again, overflow seating area is what this turned out to be. Alfresco Tasting Terrace at California Adventure has reopened for a limited time just for Disneyland Legacy Pass holders, or as we call them, people who used to have annual passes. The special menu is chock full of references to the history of California Adventure. We tried the Condor Flats bread, the Bountiful Valley charcuterie, the Screamin' Cauliflower ceviche, the Mulholland meatballs, and the Slider Invasion, as well as the signature cocktails such as the Stinger, named for the Orange Stinger, the Drop-In If You Dare, named for Tower of Terror, the 54321, named for California Screamin', the Pizza Mau Wow, named for Pizza Mau Mau, which used to be a restaurant in Paradise Pier, and has a piece of pizza on top of the drink, and as well the non-alcoholic Bugs drink, which has a chewed-up watermelon, thanks to Heimlich on it. You can read the full reviews of all of these items at DisneylandNewsToday.com. Sleeping Beauty Castle, or Le Château de la Belle à Bois Dormant in Disneyland Paris, has been under refurbishment since January, preparing for the park's 30th anniversary next year. During this time, it's been surrounded by scaffolding and themed scrim, while skilled artisans restore the castle the same way they would a real historical monument. Inside DLP Castle on Twitter has shared photos of the highest turret of the castle, which has been revealed as scaffolding and scrim were removed. Sleeping Beauty Castle's turrets were refurbished off-property and then returned. The turret is freshly painted in the new pink, white, blue, and gold, the restored colors, if you will. Scaffolding and scrim remain around most of the rest of the castle. Of course, Disneyland Paris will reopen after an 8-month closure on June 17th. It'll be the first time that all 6 Disney resorts around the world are open together since January of 2020. With that Paris reopening, there's nobody more excited probably than annual pass holders to return to the magic. And as a special thanks to their pass holders, including me, I'm a pass holder, Disneyland Paris is not only extending their pass validity, but also holding a special preview ahead of the June 17th opening. In an email addressed to pass holders today, Paris confirmed that previews will be held on June 15th and 16th exclusively for their pass holders. They'll be able to make reservations soon on the Disneyland Paris official website for those preview days. One of the big selling points of the new Minnie Style Studio greeting at Tokyo Disneyland was that Minnie's outfit will change from season to season, and now we're getting a look at the 4th and final outfit, specially created for summer. With her final new costume, a casual summer beach vacation look, there'll also be a line of merchandise coming on June 1st, which will include plush, stuffed badges, pins, and more. All these will go on sale again the same day she debuts in that new costume on June 1st. You can see all that merchandise on our website at WDWNT.com. You get a tour of Minnie Style Studio right here on our YouTube channel. For more information on these stories and more, head on over to WDWNT.com. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, The Vacationeer, the engineers of your next magical vacation. Sit back and let their team of vacation planning experts craft your family's next trip. The best part, their services are free. Visit WDWNT.travel for details. The Vacationeer, the official travel agency of WDWNT. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to WDW News Today on YouTube for more great content, and click the bell for notifications. Also, make sure to hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of the show. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Don't go hitting any monorail beams.
Welcome to Deep in the Plus. Each week we take a different movie or TV show from the Disney Plus vault and we tell you the history, the details, we give you our review, and we tell you if it's worth your time.
Catch Deep in the Plus every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on WDWNT Entertainment.